If you are someone who is planning to start an AI agent startup, this video is definitely for you. Robin is building AI agent startup and he gonna share so many deep knowledge about building an AI startup. So if you're new on this channel or maybe you just wanna explore the AI and SaaS, this is the perfect channel you should be. So subscribe this channel, comment down below, and yes, don't forget to watch entire video because this is gonna blow your mind. Man, today we have Batman. Just kidding. We have Robin Gupta. Hi, Robin. How are you?
I'm good here. Also, I'm the Robin, not the Batman. He's working. I'm roaming around.
टाइम मिल गया आपको.
Time will get. Exactly.
Okay.
Time bana liya. Yes.
Okay. So I don't want to put myself out there to explain what you do, who you are, right? Quick 1 minute introduction that what exactly you are building, what you are doing, and how wonderful it is.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very tough question. So, I've got 15 plus years in the industry of testing and automation, software testing and automation, and realized last year with a small career break that AI agents are the only way in which you can solve software testing. Hence, we are building the last software testing agent on earth. Iske baad, you don't need any other agent. You take this, you test the software, it will tell you whether it is good or bad and give you the results. That is what we are doing, and that is why it is awesome, so that we can cut away the boring parts of SDLC or even cut away the boring parts of testing.
Robin, we are hearing a lot that AI gonna steal the job, right? And you are making sure that people get jobless very soon, right? How you are taking care of this part?
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting question, and that is something which I get asked at least once a week. So this week ka ye once ho gaya hai. And see, earlier I used to give some polished answer that no, it is this, it is that. But let's be honest, guys. Today I will say on the record that yes, AI will take away jobs. Yes, I will also contribute to it. But a bigger question I will ask is what kind of jobs are being taken away? Before calculators were invented, adding numbers and subtracting them on paper was the job. Then it was commoditized. Everybody had a calculator, right? Then humans moved to higher level jobs, order placement, inventory management. So far, testing, for example, had many boring parts. आपने एक बार test कर लिया है, then you want to test it again. Then you write some code, then you get bored and you run it. It breaks, then you fix it. Very painful. I have been through it. But then those bad parts is what we are cutting away, so that humans are elevated to the larger goals of quality. Wouldn't it be awesome if everybody had very good quality software accessible? So we'll take away the bad parts of the job.
That's a nice answer. I mean, you are making sure that people are getting more quality time and they are also enhancing themselves to do better for the humanity.
Yeah, 100%. See, I'll take one example from my own life. So I used to manage a team. This was a Salesforce team at a large healthcare provider. Friday evenings, people could not go home because they were busy testing. And then they would test through the weekend. Somebody would miss their daughter's birthday. And they would say, Robin, can I take a leave? And you would have to, as a manager, say no. But now you can say yes. My agents will do the job. Dude, go celebrate daughter's birthday. Get me also cake. Don't worry.
That's crazy. Okay, Robin, I also, because we started with the AI and you're building an AI tool, right? And this is gonna help so many people, so many companies. What is the use case of AI in nowadays in any organization, right? Because you are also a startup, and we also had this discussion that you're using lots of AI agents to do so many things. So
Correct.
if you can start with what you are using and what are the other AI tools which anyone can use in as a SaaS founder.
Okay, sure. I think, see, first I will fix one thing in our conversation. We are not an AI tool, we are an AI agent. When somebody says we are an AI tool, like my heart pains a little bit. So we'll fix that first. But to your question, see, interestingly, we are a very small firm here. As of today, we are literally 4 humans, and rest everything is AI agents. So what that means is in your head, when you think of various functions in a company, right? HR, marketing, sales, engineering, testing, design, all of these have AI tools, copilots, and agents to support the flow. For example, sales may people would have heard about Clay and Claygen, but then people in sales and marketing would know about LGM, La Growth Machine. So that is very agentic in nature. In design, we have a friend and their startup does design. So it's called Figure.design. And for coding, then there is a Replit or a Claude Code. For testing, we use our own agents to test our own software, which is very obvious. We are the number one users of our own software. For other verticals such as HR, we've also tried AI voice agents for doing outbound calls and profiling humans. So our AI agent will give the call and say, hi, we are calling from ABCD company. I am an AI agent. You have applied here. answer these three questions, and then it does sentiment analysis on those answers,
Hmm.
which a jar would do generally. So these are just a few examples. Yeah.
A great shout out to today's sponsor, 71 Melify. It's an AI agent startup which help you to book more demos. It's automate the entire process related to SDR. It find ICP, automate the persona searching, write the personalized emails, and also make sure that you are landing in client's inbox. With this, you 5x your demo booking and also reduce the costing of your sales team. So if you want to build an AI agent enabled SDR team, you can go and check this out.
Crazy. I mean, so you are using multiple layer of AI agents to automate your own work, and that's why
Yeah.
you are cutting down on your team cost. You are cutting down on your entire organization level cost, right?
Yeah,
And who built this
exactly.
all AI agents?
I think most of us, like in our team, are from engineering background, so we are doing it. But see, the other thing is that 2 years earlier, this was very technical. But now, if somebody comes and says to me, "Ki nahi, nahi, this is technical," then we have doubt. Ki nahi, nahi, aapko karna nahi hai. There
Hmm.
is this library of YouTube videos and prompt या text to code or code to agent is so simple today and so cheaply available that if a human says that I don't want to use an agent, then better we use an agent only.
Perfect. So do you feel like you gonna make a maybe $10 million company with just less than 10 people with AI agents?
100%. Yeah. See, the whole idea is that in our head, 9 member company, not 10. So
Hmm.
single digit number company is a big company. At least for this year, we have projected that we might become maximum 9 member company or so. See, what might happen is that 3 months later we might meet again and you say, "Arey, wo aapne 12 log kar liye." But what we will very actively try to do is see how we can reduce those 3 to 2, 2 to 1, 1 to 0, and then become 9 member again.
So I have a one doubt here, Robin, right? When you are
Yeah.
talking about keeping your team minimal and you are building this kind of giant tool where, I mean, agents which can use by Fortune 500 companies, right? Where does the support comes in a picture in terms of SaaS, right? We all know that it's a huge task to give the support to the,
Correct.
especially to the enterprise client, because they are
Correct.
giving you money and they ask you anything and everything,
Correct.
right?
Exactly. Yeah, I
So
think.
where AI
Yeah.
plays role in support.
Yeah, I think, see, when people say support, and very interestingly, a few people in my friend circle know that I have actually built support teams from the ground up and then scaled them for a few brands. When support comes into picture, there are generally two things which people ask for support. एक तो है new features and integrations,
Mhm.
और एक है current features पे issues and support tickets and bugs, right?
Right.
So let's target them one by one. जो new features build हो रहे हैं, वो भी हमारे एजेंट्स ही कर रहे हैं. एंड आई वुड पर्सनली लव टू बी ऑन दैट कॉल जिसमें कस्टमर इज सेइंग कि नहीं, हमें एक ही नया फीचर चाहिए, बिकॉज दैट आल्सो हेल्प्स मी गेट अलाइन टू दैट कि हाँ, दिस इज द राइट आस्क और रॉन्ग आस्क और व्हाटएवर. इफ आई हैव 15 years, let's say, testing experience, and if I'm not able to educate the customer in the right way and they are wasting time and money, then I am not doing the right thing. I'm stealing their money. Right? तो
Hmm.
आई शुड टेल देम कि आपको ये करना है. अच्छा, ये फीचर है, कोई बात नहीं, हमारे डेव एजेंट्स बना देंगे. ऑन द एक्जिस्टिंग इश्यूज एंड बग्स, जनरली टू काइंड्स ऑफ थिंग्स कम. माय माइंड वर्क्स इन बुलेट पॉइंट. सो पॉइंट ए हो गया. पॉइंट 2 डॉट ए इज when somebody has documentation questions कि नहीं वो फीचर कैसे चलता है, is a lot of support tickets generally. In today's world, they are a question in a RAG system, retrieval augmented generation system. You put a question, it will give you an answer. Second kind of things is where things don't work कि नहीं ये you were supposed to send an email, but the email didn't go or the email had a bug. The bugs are again to point number A, going back to development agents. So in this whole story, I did not say humans once because you don't
Hmm.
require so many people.
That's crazy. Okay, let's start from the beginning, right? As
Yeah,
a
yeah.
non-technical guy, and I wanted to build a SaaS startup, right?
Hmm.
What things I can do and where I can start and what things I have to learn to build a company like yours, which is too much dependent on AI agents.
Yeah, I think, see, first thing which anybody should think when building a company, SaaS, non-SaaS, toothbrush, toothpaste, whatever, is the business use case. What is the pain point for which people are ready to shell out money? The same story applies to SaaS, non-SaaS, toothbrush, coffee, phone, whatever. Figure out the
Mhm.
business use case and pain point. Okay. And then based on that, you start figuring out that these things can be done by a human and these things can be done by a software.
Hmm.
And then if you are a forward-looking startup like us, this way you are trying to build AI agents, you start merging कि हाँ ये part humans का क्यों हो सकता है, ये भी software क्यों नहीं कर सकता.
Hmm.
And then when you start reaching those answers is when you start building out the solution and then start rolling it out. But okay, I think the audience here is sales, so we'll answer in sales way. Of all the things that I have read in my limited knowledge, I just love the BANT, BANT theory.
Hmm.
वो budget, authority, need, timeline अगर है, then you start solving for that very specifically.
And how you take care of quality when you are working with AI agents?
I think, dude, our entire startup is about quality. So we are very strict-nosed about that. So rather than spending a lot on marketing, we rather spend it on quality, because the other thing we've realized is key in the world of AI. The one thing which any customer asks is trust.
True.
कि आपके AI agent को ये काम दिया गया, testing, sales, marketing, whatever. In our case, let's say testing. Does it do the testing correctly or not? Is the biggest question. There are, again, there are so-called competitors for us. There are good tools and then there are better tools or agents. How we are better is because of quality. So
So
your
I mean,
question is
because
very specific. How do we take care of it is using evals.
what it is.
So evals are like कि when you build an AI system, right?
Hmm.
You test it out.
Hmm.
Now, कि जैसे चैट जीपीटी एक सिस्टम है, इट्स एन एआई सिस्टम. अगर आप थोड़ा ऐसा सोचो कि चैट जीपीटी की टेस्टिंग कैसे होती होगी, वो तो हर बार नया आंसर देता है, तो उसके लिए इवैल्स लिखे जाते हैं. इन वेरी सिंपल वर्ड्स, इट इज लाइक टेस्ट केसेस फॉर दैट एआई सिस्टम.
Okay.
ठीक है, और फिर उनके अगेंस्ट वो सिस्टम रन किया जाता है कि ये 1000 क्वेश्चंस में जो आंसर आ रहा है वो ऐसा दिखना चाहिए. व्हेन यू आस्क चैटजीपीटी व्हाट इज द डेट, इट शुड जनरली गिव यू द राइट डेट, एंड देन उसको कोई ह्यूमन रीड करता है एंड देन सर्टिफाई करता है कि हाँ इट इज रेडी फॉर प्रोडक्शन.
So we are, as a human, building AI to become better than humans, and we are helping them
What
to
would
become the.
definitely, I think humanity as a species has always been about survival and efficiency. Survival is solved by food, shelter, those things.
Mhm.
Efficiency was solved by machines. Now that efficiency might take over human efficiency in some time. I don't know if
Very
मतलब
soon.
people of this podcast know or this. Interestingly, very recently, models from OpenAI and Google have scored gold medals in high school mathematics competitions.
Yeah, that I
Now,
saw. I saw the report.
right, I have no gold medal. So theoretically, already AI systems are smarter than us.
Robin, why I'm asking about the quality, because I must personally have experienced all these AI SDRs and tools who claim that they are AI agents and doing better, but they are at the end they are shit, right? They are not somewhere near to a fresher, right? They are
Yeah,
nowhere, right? They are writing bad email openers. They are just generating pathetic subject lines, and the email quality is not good. And the deliverable or those emails, and forget about the calling agents. That's so far away, right? Not even the
correct.
emails are working. So that's why the quality questions comes in a picture. And
Yeah.
there are, because now everyone is talking about AI, right? People who know or don't know, even the people who are using chat gpt or anything, they are saying I'm the AI expert, and they are selling the course for sure. 99
Wow.
वाला course सब बेच रहे हैं.
Nice. Okay. ठीक है.
Right, so in all this crowd, as a founder, right, where you see that what kind of salespeople you should hire and how they should be good with the AI agent.
Okay, I think that's a very good question, because we are actively hiring on the sales and marketing front. So a quick
Hmm.
shout out, if you are looking, if anybody is watching this and looking for such a role, please drop in my inbox. But back to question. See, interestingly, दो चीजें हैं. One thing, the human that we are hiring should be very curious. So on an average, every week, I will personally try at least 5 to 10 new tools, agents, co-pilots. Where is the industry headed? I would
Hmm.
expect our new sales human or marketing human to not do 5, 10, but at least do 1, 2, 2, 3 trials, right?
Hmm.
And we are more than happy to provide the budget for that. कि नहीं आप try करो, note down the results, we'll see how it goes, right?
Hmm.
The other thing is, along with curiosity comes critique, that they should have a very high bar for quality. See, sales, interestingly, is a very human function,
A lot.
right? So, जैसे ही आपने वो human function में you added a machine, it loses that emotion and touch, right?
Hmm.
So, therefore, any human that we are hiring, we strongly check for critique. Even in the interview, we will tell that, see, in this discussion, some places I will pull you towards the right answer, some places I'll push you towards the wrong answer. So please answer by your gut. And that is what we want to check. Ki how
Hmm.
strong is your gut and how strong can you push back?
Being curious and also being, very critic. That's the two quality you are
Yes,
looking for, right?
definitely.
And what about the experience?
Yeah, I personally myself have had a very how do I put it? Um, a very unorthodox kind of a career. So I started as a tester. Then I did development. Then I did engineering management. Then I became an IC, individual contributor. Then I again became a manager. What I realized is that experience is, just like a compass in the right direction. Ki ha, 2 to 4 years experience will generally know, but it is okay to have 1.6 years candidate as well, as long as they have the right amount of creativity, curiosity, and critique. So I'm not dead बाउंड कि नहीं 4 to 6 मतलब 4 years होना ही चाहिए as long as that human is sharp enough to beat a 4-year-old experienced guy. I'm fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's move little bit apart from AI and all, right? I wanna
yeah,
know that you also started with the teaching part, right?
yeah,
You were a professor, right? Then you also wrote a book, and
yeah,
then you were into MNCs, right? Companies like, I mean, we should not take the name, but ठीक है. You were into MNCs, and now you're building a startup, right?
yeah.
As a guy, Robin Gupta, right? Where you feel that your career have taken so many different paths, right? Do you ever feel like you lost somewhere, or it was always a good journey?
I think it was a very good journey
Hmm.
because each of those experiences taught me something.
Hmm.
And while I have been a technologist through and through, I've done these adventures. I was a professor at an engineering college. I was an author for some time. I've been a speaker, some parts tester, developer. I also did growth marketing at one of the firms. Everything added to me starting my own startup now. Now, see,
Hmm.
interestingly, apart from HR and finance functions like a CFO role, these two things I have not done in my career, and therefore for all of these other roles I have a fair idea of what that role looks like.
Okay, one more thing, because most of the people, the Bangalore culture and the startup culture, most of the people say that, "Arey,
Why did
बहुत
you say
sacrifice."
Bangalore culture?
Come on, we all know the startup culture of Bangalore, right? People are sitting in a cafe and doing some random shit, and they are calling that we are building some startup, and there's no. I mean, they feel that this is good. This looks cool that I'm a founder on LinkedIn. That's why they're doing it, right? It's not the real meaning, as you mentioned, that you have to figure out that what is the use case. The business use case is not there, and they're still building
Correct.
it. And I
Mhm.
have I have come across so many people, and the first question that, dude, why you're doing it? Outcome क्या
Yeah,
होने वाला after 5 years?
exactly.
Is it a
Yeah.
exit? Do you have any exit plan? Do you have a business revenue plan? What exactly it is? कितना charge
Mm.
करने वाला? These all things are not there, right? So while doing all this shit, people feel good, people feel cool, and they also appreciate the, what I say, the sacrifices they do, right?
Yeah.
They are
Correct.
sitting in a cafe having a black coffee and matcha, and they're not meeting with their friends, and they're saying, "This is what I'm sacrificing, right? This is what I'm doing." How your family looks like, and how your friend culture, a friend relationship, all things looks like.
Yeah. See, I think okay. So there is one good answer and one really good answer. Okay.
ठीक है,
So
we
you
will go
decide
for
which one.
both. We will go
That's
for
fine.
both.
I'll tell you both. Then you decide कौन सा which one was which one. Okay. One is, I think all people who create something, right, could be a sales script, could be a piece of code, could be a startup, could be a painting, could be a coffee, right? So जहाँ भी creativity आती है, it requires some amount of meandering. What meandering means that you just calm down, slow down, look out the window, look at a butterfly, try to draw a butterfly. If you're bad at drawing, try to code a butterfly or something, right? So some part meandering is good. I would have not pondered over this idea. I would have not decided to quit my cushy job if I had not meandered for a while.
Hmm.
कि नहीं मैं थोड़ा let me jump into my creative side for a little bit. But again, that creativity should be like a pinch of salt in the food. So to your question, बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सारा salt खा लेते हैं, but जो main dish है, that dish itself is missing, and that
True
is how
that.
their life is salty, and their friends' life also becomes salty. After a few years, they are very salty people. Like I have recently met a few people as part of our hiring journey. When you ask them that how did you land up over here and what were you doing, you only see salt coming out. So
Hmm.
net, it should be a positive outcome for yourself and for humanity or the ecosystem. कि it's okay you meander and you do some creativity, but how are you adding value? भले ही सबके लिए मत करो, खुद के लिए करो, and then you are answerable to at least yourself after a while.
That's a really good way to putting out, right? I mean, people should understand that where is the stop, right? What
Yeah,
where you have to stop. You
exactly.
cannot just put it
Yeah,
glamorify your hustles and those sacrifices,
correct,
because there are things which you have to take, right?
correct.
Robin, I want to go back to your that learning all part, that where you're trying 5 tools in a week, right? What exactly you're doing, how you're managing, where you're finding these tools, what kind of tool you try. Give me everything so I can copy you.
ठीक है. See, okay. Let's break that into three parts. ठीक है.
Sure.
So one is the source, one is the trial, and then one is the outcome. ठीक है.
Hmm.
Source is where you find these things, right? So you'll find these things in various places. For example, there is this directory called there is an AI for that. वहां पे the whole point of the directory is कि आप कुछ भी एक use case डालो, there is an AI for that use case, right?
Yeah.
So that is one. Y Combinator's directory is another one.
Hmm.
ठीक है. Third one is I'm part of many startup founders kind of WhatsApp groups, Discord channels. जहाँ पे
XS.
people keep on pushing. Is one. Where some smart people keep on pushing something every day. ठीक है. So these are just some of the channels or income sources, right? What I am looking for is the next breakthrough. What does that mean is, see in the evolution of AI systems, सबसे पहले tools आए. Tools are like foundational building blocks like LLMs. आप
Hmm.
उसमें कुछ टेक्स्ट लिखो, आपको कुछ टेक्स्ट आउटपुट मिल जाएगा. सिंपल. फिर टूल्स के बाद को पायलट्स आए कि हम आपको टेक्स्ट आउटकम तो दे ही देंगे, साथ में हम आपको थोड़ा सा काम कर देंगे, बट यू
Hmm.
हैव टू वर्क विद इट एक्टिवली. यू हैव टू पुश इट. अब ऐसा करो, नाउ डू दिस वट एवर, राइट? 2025 इज द ईयर ऑफ एजेंट्स. नाउ द नेक्स्ट ब्रेक थ्रू हैज कम. हम आपका पूरा ही काम कर देंगे. We'll do the design for you, we'll do the marketing, sales, HR function, testing, end to end. You just point us in the direction, right?
Hmm.
So, summarizing all that, take the tools from these sources or agents or co-pilots, look where are they in that journey, and then have the strong critique for agents that how are they pushing us towards better humanity. क्या हम उस तरफ जा रहे हैं कि ये जो agent है, this will help me save hours, not minutes of my work.
Hmm.
So that is how I will filter out the bad ones from the good ones.
Hmm. So, do you try all the agents? I mean, out there, which looks interesting, because I have seen, because I have also tried tools with just for the fun. I mean, there's a one tool
Yeah,
which was there to write logged messages, which can be only unlocked after certain years,
correct,
and you can share with some people, right? So,
correct.
let's say I wanna share a message to my grandchildren, and I just logged
Yeah,
it
yeah.
out, and after 200 years it can be. So do you try this kind of
Nice.
tools also, or you
Yeah, yeah.
also, I mean, you? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, dude, definitely. I think, see, of all these things which I told, right, I think agents specifically will help us evolve over the classic software. Today only, I was talking to a bunch of very smart people, not to be named, and we were discussing this one point. कि देखिए, आज तक softwares are built with buttons and links.
Hmm.
but agents will change the UX of human computer interface and habits as well. जैसे आपके case में you've now logged a message for 200 years or whatever,
Hmm.
right? If half of humanity starts doing it, it will start changing the habit at massive scale.
Hmm.
Even if a small portion of a country starts doing it, it will change the habits because the future generations are now looking forward to read that message.
Hmm.
So I am very much curious about how machines can change humanity now.
Perfect. Robin, if I have to see your entire day to day and what kind of AI you are using as a founder, right? Not as a
Yeah,
normal user, as a founder. Give me the names of all those AI tools
yeah.
or agents.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I'll name a few because every day looks different. And then some fit here, some fit there, right? So let's go, department by department. Okay. So on the sales and marketing side, I have tried Connector AI. I have tried LGM, La Growth Machine. I have
Hmm.
tried Apollo. And Apollo,
Hmm.
interestingly, a lot of people realize usme bhi under you have these AI tokens to be consumed. You can write system level prompts. It can personalize the outbound for you.
Hmm.
Then there is a small one on HubSpot as well. People don't try it. People don't like it. I like it. It does my work. It gives the right answers because maybe it is the right way to set it up. So those are a few on that side. There are a few voice AI agents, जैसे कि आवाज AI, awaz.ai. Decent product. I know the founder, very strong hustler. So that is another one जो हमने try किया है for outbound calling. Okay. Then on the design part, I already named Figure as an example, FIGR. Again, founder is a friend, but the product is cool as well. On the build part, development part, we use a plethora because we are an engineering startup. So for some parts, we will use Claude. For some, we tried Replit, maza nahi aaya. Then we went back to Claude. We've tried Codex. We are one of the few startups who have got early access to Devin. So we've tried Devin as well. And then what I personally use is just ChatGPT on my local for coding purposes. Keep it
Hmm.
simple. Testing may obviously our own testing agent. TestZeus is the one that we try and that we love for obvious reasons. But then uski trial ki category mein one thing we've realized is that every day there are new and new systems which are coming up. So we try everything and see which one is good enough. Very interestingly, this new breed of agentic systems is coming up on the browser level. So there is a Dia browser. So some days of the week I will use Dia browser just to see ki what is the future of browsing.
Can you explain this browser
Yeah,
AIs? What it
100%.
is?
See, आज तक जो browsers थे या जो है Google Chrome is an example, right? It is made for very reactive browsing. What that means is आप एक URL पे जाओ, you go to Google, you type something, it will give you 10 results, search में, फिर you figure out the right one. Then you click on one, then you do some action. Then you open a Google Sheet. उस Google Sheet में you go and update values by hand. See, here the human is doing all the hard work.
Hmm.
Then why is Google getting paid? So now this new breed of browsers is coming up, agentic browsers. ठीक है?
Hmm.
So Dia is one example. It is by the browser company in New York. And here you can chat with your tabs and it can do some of your work. So it has recipes. जैसे scraping के लिए, it has a recipe. If you give it
Hmm.
the like go and find out the URLs and names for this, it will open tabs, it will try to do its own thing, it will give you the answer in a list.
Hmm.
Whenever you press a new tab button on that browser, it will not ask you to put up a URL. A small chat box will come up and you can directly chat with the browser. If you open a spreadsheet and you're trying to build, let's say, projections for the full year, you can chat with that spreadsheet and ask it कि ये projection सही लग रहे हैं कि नहीं, and then it can give you the right answers.
Hmm.
तो
That's
यहाँ पे yeah, right, it is magical that now it is going from tools to co-pilots and agents.
impressive. Impressive. Robin, again, once again, I wanted to start with the startup journey, right? So when you were starting up, right, this TestZeus, and you were figuring out that कि क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या नहीं कर सकते, you met with your founder friends and co-founder. That's all good, right? How you onboarded your first client? What was the journey look like as a AI agent startup?
Yeah. I think, see, um, on the surface, it looks very complicated. And, a lot of people ask me this question that what does your first customer look like, right? See, I'll be very frank. While a lot of people say ki, the magical product is the answer, the value for the money is the answer. I personally feel, and I could be wrong as a human, is that trust is the answer. If that first customer sees real value in the product and trusts you as a founder, ki ha, when Robin and Pratik meet up, Robin will not do any bad things for Pratik as a human.
Hmm.
Net positive outcome ही होगा. He is more than happy to go over the line, sign the agreement, do the payment, whatever. Right? See, at least in the testing ecosystem, because अगर आपका प्रोडक्शन में बग आ रहा है या फिर देर इज दैट पेमेंट गेटवे इज नॉट वर्किंग या फिर कुछ फाइनेंशियल लॉस हो रहा है in that tough time that customer should have trust on Robin that okay, Robin's agent will figure out that bug and we will be saved from that situation. It is like selling LIC policy. LIC policies were never sold because of value. They were
Hmm.
sold on trust.
So when you onboarded your first client, right? You
Yeah,
did
yeah,
the entire sales part, right?
correct. 100%.
Hmm.
End to end,
So
yeah. Yeah.
end to end, right? That's crazy, right? So when you were onboarding your first client, what kind of challenge you face, and you figure out that, oh shit, I need someone for future sales.
Yeah. See, I think, okay, so two parts of this question. One is what challenges we faced. And then second, then how did we decide कि नहीं हमें we have to go for hiring, right?
Hmm.
See, in our enterprise B2B SaaS ecosystem, enterprise is the first word. वहाँ पे क्या है कि you have to go through multiple layers. And in testing ecosystem, there could be a user, there could be a champion, there could be a stakeholder, a budget holder, a buyer, right? So the challenges that we faced were one very tactical challenges about let's say data privacy. Does your system pass data to any AI LLMs for training and all? So those are some examples of tactical challenges, right? Then there could be some strategic challenges. Every enterprise is different as an animal. Somebody is a giraffe, somebody is a hippopotamus, somebody is a lion, right? So that is when we realized that it is a very human to team kind of relationship. Robin, as a human, must connect to the team, understand the exact problem कि उनके टेस्ट केसेस नहीं चल रहे हैं क्योंकि सेल्सफोर्स रिलीज हुई थी क्योंकि उन्होंने कोड किया था इसलिए ऐसा हो गया. So we should solve for that very specifically. And again, to my first point, a hippopotamus is different than a giraffe, than a lion, than an elephant. So that
Hmm.
human to team was the other thing that we had to build. And at least in
Hmm.
my head, I don't have a sales background. I had to unlock this point. You must act like a doctor for all of these kinds of patients. So those are
Crazy.
some of the challenges that I faced. Yeah.
Now when you are hiring a person, right?
Yeah.
When you are going for a, and you can see that how tough it is to hire a good
Yeah.
salesperson, especially for the early
Yes.
stage startups, right? क्योंकि जब
Yeah.
बन चुका रहता है वो processes है, script बने हुए हैं, तब तो
Exactly.
सब कर लेंगे.
Exactly. Right.
Right. So what I mean, because I heard a lot that there are, I mean, people coming to me and saying कि यार jobs नहीं है, company hire नहीं कर रही है, they need experience and all. And I always feel either way around. मतलब मुझे आज तक कभी जॉब की कमी नहीं हुई, to be very honest. I mean,
Correct.
ठीक
उसका
है तो
रीजन है dude. What is that reason? Ah.
ठीक है उस पे
Let
मैं
me do.
आऊंगा. या
Okay.
या
Reverse podcast. Ah.
नहीं, we can talk about that in this podcast only, but
Yeah.
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 But my question is like कि what exactly people should have to get
Yeah.
hired in such a early stage company like yours, which is very much focused
Correct.
on technology and AI?
Yeah. See, one thing which which I've written in my hiring memos at the top, and we look for that one very specific thing in any human that we hire is hunger and a
Hmm.
fire in the belly, right? अगर basically एक playbook के हिसाब से काम करना है, so one of my agents can do it anyways. Then we don't need a human. That is the whole point. But if somebody comes with high agency, he is not an agent, he has very high agency, that fire ki nahi, अगर मेरे प्रोस्पेक्ट ने फोन नहीं उठाया रॉबिन, तो मैं उसके घर चला जाऊंगा एचएसआर में, मैं बाहर खड़ा रहूंगा, बारिश हो जाएगी, बट आई विल स्टैंड आउटसाइड एंड आई विल मीट हिम एंड गेट अ मीटिंग एंड देन ओनली कम बैक होम अलाइव.
Hmm.
That is what we look for. Only those missionaries can save our mission here.
There's a very wonderful quote from Naval Ravikant that if anyone can train your job to someone else, you can be replaced by AI agents.
Oh, exactly. That is what we are trying to do.
Right. So you have to work in a way that no one can train, your work to do to someone else, right? Back to that
Exactly.
part, that why I don't have a, job ki kabhi, because I
Yes.
feel like there's a two thing. Again, the hunger part is there. Every day I still learning, thinking, doing research and talking people like you. So I'm already, it's not just a podcast, right? I'm making notes of everything, whatever you're saying. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's not that I'm doing this podcast for others. I'm learning, right? I'm writing the
Yeah.
tools and I'm gonna use that, and those things are there. Second, I'm also out there, right? I'm there. So I'm not selling myself, but I'm making sure that whenever anyone need, I'll be there. So whenever
Yeah.
anyone wanted to hire someone, and I'll be there,
Yeah.
right? हाँ, Pratik आ जाएगा. SaaS लिखते ही आ रहा है Pratik. So that's
Correct.
there. So people should, because in a AI world where everyone and everything can be automated with AI, the one thing cannot be automated and cannot be replicate is your face and your trust and your values.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Pratik, I think one of my friends, and shout out to Tristan Lombard, he said this very key thing that, Robin, your network is your net worth. So you have to have your network of the smart people, because you are an average of the 5 people that you meet every day. So if you
Hmm.
are meeting crappy people, your average goes down. Don't
That's
meet.
true. Where the funding and investment comes in a picture when you're building an AI agent company, right? Because
Yeah.
it's so hyped, right? Everyone wanted to put money in AI company. Doesn't matter. क्या बना रहे हो, क्या बना रहे हो? Or, as we talk, right? There are so many investors who don't even know that what exactly going on.
Yeah, yeah.
ठीक है?
Correct.
But they wanted
People
to
do
put
it.
the money, right? So where you see that what kind of money you take and where you can pitch for the investment and where you need the money, because those so many things are
Yeah.
already automated. So costing कहाँ लग
Yeah.
रही है?
Okay, so see, there are these two parts, and one question is very surface level ki wo costing kahan ja rahi hai, and the second is the VC and funding ecosystem as a whole, right? So the first one is, see, when you are using AI agents, right, or AI systems, तो उनका जो building block है, that is a large language model, जो कि किसी एक data center में चल रहा है.
Mm-hmm.
हमारे किसी के पास भी कोई data center नहीं है.
True that.
99% people use OpenAI APIs or a Claude API or some API. Today only I was showing those API pricing to one of the friends. And for example, OpenAI has this, I think, O1 or O3 model. जिसकी pricing is $150 per million tokens. One
Yeah.
million tokens are 750,000 words. ठीक है. So वो $150 कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? किसी को तो देने
Mm.
पड़ेंगे. So until you reach PMF, that money should go in this tooling. Some money is required for research, for hiring. You can ask me and my co-founder these hiring pains. हम किसी को offer roll out करते हैं. Then some other crazy funded startup is like, वो सब छोड़िए काम, दुगना पैसा. Join us tomorrow. I'm like, why? Why would somebody do that? But again, talent is costly. We are in Bangalore, right? So that is why you require that funding so that you can scale and capture the market. See, in the world of AI, with this global race on, the whole idea is who will capture the flag first.
Mm.
So, in the old days, it was like US versus Russia for the moon mission.
Mm.
Just imagine that same thing for every AI startup right now. Who will capture the business and who will go
Mm.
deep? To the second point, I think, see, VCs and AIs, I think it's a very beautiful relationship. Indian ecosystem, we've met a few people, some are good friends. What we found is that, see, interestingly, some people have good understanding, some people have middle level understanding, some people have no understanding. So when we meet people, or when we recommend people to meet others, we always ask them to have high level of critique.
Hmm.
You don't want dumb money. You
Hmm.
want AI smart money.
True that.
But okay,
Okay,
yeah, that's my answer.
that's crazy. That's crazy. And Robin, just once again, I'm gonna ask you, right? What
Yeah, yeah.
kind of skills, maybe hard skills or soft skills, or maybe what kind of threats any founder should have to build a AI agent company?
Okay, I think that's a very big question, yeah. But okay, so let's, to your point, break it into two parts: soft skills and hard skills,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's talk about the hard skills first, because the other is more philosophical, right?
Hmm.
See, the hard skills that you actually require are actually AI skills. You should know what is inference, what is embedding, what is token.
Mm-hmm.
You might, so let's say I am a non-technical person as an example, and I meet Pratik and I'm like, chalo, hum log startup banayenge. We'll get very filthy rich.
Hmm.
Pratik is very technical. Let's say, for example, you are my CTO. You are like, हम लोग embedding करके हम RAG implement करेंगे और हम सारे आंसर दे देंगे and we will charge the customer a bomb. And I'm like, oh shit, सही लग रहा है ये बंदा भी सही लग रहा है, इसने जो भी बोला मुझे वो भी सही लग रहा है क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं है, right? So that is why anybody, technical or non-technical founders, right? They should first understand the basics.
Hmm.
There are many courses. If somebody says कि नहीं मुझे पता ही नहीं start कैसे करें, dude, like just go to Chat GPT and ask this question. And it will only tell you 15 courses.
Hmm.
So hard skills wise, you must understand what was classical machine learning, deep learning, what is generative AI, and then what are some key terms such as tokens, inference, embedding, agents, and what is an agent actually? सब लोग agent बोलते हैं, but you should actually know what is an agent, right?
Hmm.
So those are the hard skills that you need. And there is no running away. यार, if people say कि नहीं यार, I don't want to touch code and पता नहीं क्या बोल रहे हैं, then it won't happen because that is the heart of your whole machine.
Hmm.
ठीक है? Soft skills wise, I think very interestingly, creativity and curiosity is what you need, and infinite amounts because you will fail a couple of times.
Hmm.
For example, Salesforce launched Agent Force. ठीक है?
Hmm.
And in the last 2 years itself, they have launched Agent Force version 3 and a new pricing model as well,
Hmm.
because even they are trying to figure out that product market fit.
Hmm.
So, dude, if Salesforce can do these things, you have to be ready of 100x iterations. So it will take some creativity and curiosity.
Crazy. Okay, Robin, last question, right? And this is the
Yes.
biggest question which I want to ask, right? Because as a learner, I keep learning new things, right? Where all this AI isn't gonna stop? What is the end? You as a founder, because you are building an AI agent, right? Where you see that this is the end. This is the maturity level.
Yeah, I think, see, very interestingly, for the next 3 years, we believe that this will not stop. The reason is again research based. So when LLMs came into mainstream, right, they were working for, let's say, half a minute. आप
Hmm.
GPT 2.5 या GPT 3 में कुछ लिखो, in 30 seconds or 20 seconds, it will write some answer and give it to you. Hence, it was taking care of work which you would generally do in 30 seconds.
Hmm.
Then last year, co-pilot came, जिसमें that expanded to 5 minutes. आपने एक AI agent को बोला कि make this design. It took 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It made that design or a video or an image. This year, with AI agents in full form, you can tell it a lovable or a cursor कि आपको ये website बनानी है, and you leave it. It
Hmm.
will spend 15 minutes or so. It will make that whole system, right? So there are these systems like C line and Roo code. उसमें what we've tried is कि रात में you tell it to make a feature in your product and you go to sleep. And in the morning when you see that feature is there.
Crazy.
So slowly and gradually, AI systems are reaching higher and higher level of maturity. Why I said कि 3 साल तक तो नहीं रुकेगा, because see enough amount of interest and investment has gone at this point.
Hmm.
तो उसका outcome आएगा 1.5-2 साल में, then it will take a ramp up and some slowdown. But for the next 3 years, we don't see this train stopping.
Thank you so much, Robin, for joining us, and thank you so much for sharing all this wonderful knowledge. And looking forward that we will, hear TestZeus news in the coming days. And looking forward to have you once again.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks for all the great questions. I think very tough questions. I'm sweating right now, but we got to the answers. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much once again.